Okay, so it took a while because I had to make other accounts so that I could see what you see as a student. So this tutorial is probably gonna work better that way. So when I went to my classes, this is now my quote unquote student account. I'm gonna click on my class, go to classwork, make sure that you click on classwork, and then even though you can see it right here, I need you to please click view assignment. Remember that the blog post over here will be edited later on to put this video in there and a link to my blog, but click on view assignment. Make sure you're on the correct spot. It says cause and effect. Click the file with, and the full thing is with your name on it, and it's due April 22nd, 10 a.m. So view assignment, and this is what you should see on your side as well. So how do you know that your files are already yours and that you can go ahead and edit? It should say your name on the file. So this first one, that is your name, so mine is Spika the Otaku Teacher, your name, and then cause and effect, student editable. This is required. You have to do this paper. The next one over here is your name, and then journal chapter 2 is 5-point extra credit, and this is optional, but you need to make sure that you do the cause and effect. So here's the thing. Once you are on your work, you will be able to see what I am grading. This is also on your paper, but it's very important that you pay attention, because out of 30 points, the outline is 10 points. If you don't turn your outline in, it's minus 10. So if you click on it, you're going to see what I'm looking for. Always just aim for the left side where it says excellent. So the outline must include the topic sentence, cause and effect, signal words, 3 main events, 3 causes, 3 effects, and concluding sentence. If all of that is in your paragraph, in your outline, you know you're going to have 10 points. Okay, so this is just where you can see what I'm looking for. Remember, always on the left side. So topic sentence, tell me what this book is mainly about. Okay, not the title, but what is it mainly about? And do not start with this is, that is, those are, these are, here is, here are. Never. Once you use that, it's minus 2 immediately. The next thing I'm going to grade is the main event with the cause and effect. So you're going to see this better on the outline here in a little bit. But you need to have 3 main events, 3 causes to the left on the outline of the main event, and then the 3 effects on the other side. So I'm going to explain more of that, and it has to be chronologically arranged using sequence words. I'm really going to check that you will have 3 signal words that are cause and effect, okay, and transitions. So as long as you have those, then you should be good. So the main thing is that I will show you here in a little bit the actual required amount of transitions for cause and effect and transition. Your concluding sentence must tell me how the book ends. So it's the very end of the book. And do not start with this is, that is, those are, these are, here is, here are, or to sum it up. Okay? If you use those, it's minus 2 right away. The very last thing I'm going to check, we're a little more lenient than usual because we cannot do arms and cups. If there are no grammatical errors that distract the reader from the content, especially like run-ons, that's confusing, fragments are confusing, and there's no spelling error that distracts from the content, then you should get that excellent 4 points. Okay, 3 to 4 errors, 3 points, and then more than 4, immediately it just goes to 2. So make sure that you've actually paid attention to the rubric itself. So I'm going to go ahead and click this file. Cause and effect is required, and immediately it should bring you to the page that you can edit. Okay, so you're gonna look at it and it's gonna be itty bitty and you're gonna say, Miss Walker, I cannot see this. So here's what you need to do. I would like you to please look at this magnifying glass. Don't click the glass, but actually click the drop down arrow. So clicking on it, you go ahead and go to 100%. I just think that 200% is too big. So this is not going to be right. It's not due April 17. It will be due April the 22nd. That's next Wednesday. So it says click here to add text. So, that should be easy. So this is, you cannot edit anything there. You cannot delete or add anything on it unless it has a text box. So click here and go ahead and write your name. So I'm going to put, because this is the account that I'm using, so I'm going to just put that on there. But make sure you're using your real name, okay? It's just, okay, fine. I'm going to use my real name. Okay, there. Now, my class period, so I'm just going to say first period. Next. Remember, +2, this is a bonus point. +2 if you are using adverb, gerund, preposition, or infinitive phrase to start at least 2 sentences. Just 2 sentences, and you get that +2 right away. So make sure that you know that. So the rubric is the same as the one that I've shown you before, but this is just here for your notes. And you would see that it is boldface, underlined for emphasis. So make sure that you follow those. Okay, we're going to the second slide. So here's what happens now. So I'm going to pretend I'm going to write about Harry Potter. Try to make sure that if you are going to use Harry Potter, you are not using the exact words that I am using. And you need to make sure that you have actually read the book. So go ahead and highlight that so you can type in yours. Or you can just go ahead and you can do space back also. But, that's a lot longer. So my topic sentence would be, this is the outline. All you need to do are phrases. The only thing you have to do are phrases. So I'm just going to be typing a boy who's a wizard, because I know that he will be a wizard. And then I'm going to go with Dark Lord, because I'm going to put that in a sentence here in a little bit. But that's how I'm going to write my outline. Okay, so I want you to start with the blue texts because those are the main events. Remember that the first main event is something that is not the very beginning of the book, but this is like the first big change. Okay, so my first main event is going to be Harry goes to Hogwarts. And I'm going to say for the first time. My second main event is that Harry finds out about what Fluffy is protecting. Okay. This doesn't have to be exactly what you're going to write in your paragraph. It's just kind of a clue. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. So the wording can be changed. And my final event, because remember, this is just my outline. I'm just going to put Harry faces Voldy again. Okay? So, do the blue first. Next. Once you click here, this is, I believe that this is lavender. If not, I will need to be corrected. But if you're looking for the signal words, they are on page 3 or slide 3. You have because of, since, as a result, as a consequence, now that, and for. Okay. I would suggest that you do not begin with the word because, but you can still put it in if you add a transition, a sequence transition in the beginning. So, for example, we're going to do first and then because. And what is the reason, or what happened before Harry went to Hogwarts, okay? So how did he get to go to Hogwarts? So I'm gonna write first, he was with the Dursleys, and then after that, Hagrid picks him up and brings him to Hogwarts. And the effect. So what happened because Harry is now in Hogwarts? What is the effect of that? So you have to sort of base it from the event number one and also from the cause number one. So when he was at the Dursleys, we know that he was miserable. That means when he went to Hogwarts, we should have an effect tied in with that. So I'm going to write, he started having friends and feels loved. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do, and that's sort of what you have to do for the rest of it. You're just adding cause, make sure you have an effect signal word, and then so on and so forth. So I'm gonna go ahead and type this first part, my topic sentence, and these. So I want you to be careful with how this looks like. The three boxes here, lavender, green, and blue, there's no space in between those boxes. It means that those three things should be in one sentence. The topic sentence is one sentence. The next sentence should be whatever doesn't have space. And then the effect should be a different sentence. So how is that going to look like? So I'm going to go ahead and go over to the third page. So don't change any font settings or anything like that. Just click here and then highlight or backspace and start typing. So a boy finds out on his 11th birthday that he is, look at me misspelling the birthday. Okay, that he is in fact a wizard, and through the story, throughout the book, defeats the Dark Lord once more. Okay, so since this is on Google, immediately it's going to show you if you make any errors. So just go ahead and do what needs to be done with your grammar and spelling. Okay. I believe there is a spell check. Okay. So make sure that you try and do that. And I am not very sure if there will be a grammar checker, but you know where to find that. Okay. I'm going to put that website on my blog as well. So that's my first sentence, my topic sentence. I forgot to indent. Do not forget to indent the first one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and look at this first set because this is my sentence number 2. So I'm going to use first. Okay. First, he lived with his aunt and uncle who mistreated him, but because, remember, one of our signal words was going to be because I need that cause signal word, which is listed on here as well. But because Hagrid picked him up, his life started getting better. Okay, now here's the thing. I already did my cause, but I forgot to put my main event, and it should be in one sentence. So I'm going to have to revise that, and I'm going to go back. But because of Hagrid, he found out about Hogwarts, period. So I already put my main event on there, and I have my cause. Okay? So, if you put a space on there, you need to do your next sentence. When he started going to Hogwarts, he gained a few friends and felt loved.